Tonight on the Black Channel. Well, it's been a long time coming. Like Sam Cooke, but you knew the day was going to get here, as we have long predicted. This is exactly the only way it possibly could have ended. Joy Reid. Well, we won't have to hear that name anymore on MSNBC now, will we? Damn! Joy Reid has been officially canceled at MSNBC, and what we're going to do is walk you all slowly here through the exact process of it to give you the 720 degrees of analysis that you receive absolutely nowhere else. All right, first of all, let's talk about how it began. Let's talk about how it started. Well, how it started was actually right here. And a lot of folks didn't take notice of it at the time. But this was Rashida Jones. And she was in charge of MSNBC. She was right up until, January 14th of this year. Now, did something happen in January of this year? Or did MSNBC know that something was going to happen in January of 2025? Something, I don't know, were they aware something was going to occur? Like, a certain somebody got elected president. And next thing you know, they start grabbing all the black females they can and start throwing their asses overboard. Because we've seen this before now, haven't we? Blah! All right, forgive me for a little bit there of childishness. But when these folks understand that something's going to happen, when these people understand that something is coming, when these people see that change is in the wind, they start grabbing they folk and say, okay, you got to go. They start grabbing anybody who ain't bolted down. Now, you'll remember, it was around that time they let go of Melissa Harris Perry. We remember that. It was around that time they said, okay, you got to go. Because change was in the air. Let's be very, very clear. Folks understood what was coming. Even if the election had not been held, they knew what was coming, and they were letting it be known that there was a shift in the society. And when they determined that there was a shift in the society, you got to go. She wasn't the only one. Remember Tamron Hall? Damn! Oh, Tamron Hall, you got to go. So NBC had the purge. NBC had the purge. When they saw that Trump was going to be elected, as soon as they figured that was happening, next thing you know, they started kicking all these black females out. You got to go. You got to go. So Goldie Taylor, Tamron Hall, Melissa Harris Perry, when they started seeing the change was in the air, that's when you started noticing that they had the purge at NBC. And they grabbed their black females and said, out your ass, go. And that was exactly what it was. They kicked out the black females and brought in white ones. And this time is no different. Well, Jason, what do you mean that this time is no different? Oh, because while all the ink has been shown on Joy Reid, in case y'all hadn't heard, damn, Alex Wagner has also been removed. Now, I had to actually create this picture, so for those of you who don't know Alex, although you should know Alex. Oh, no. We throwing our mulattoes out? So you got to go. So Joy Reid's got company on the unemployment line. But remember what I just told you. Just in case you think that I'm making this up as I go along. Of course, you know I never do. But Alex Wagner got to go too. But we've seen this before, because when they sense that change is in the air, you got to go. Well, Jason, what do you mean? Well, if you take a look here, you will see that Rashida Jones stepped down here, and you'll notice that Alex Wagner was being, quote, sent into the field. And that was the day before they reported about Rashida Jones. Although that was really at the same time. So by the time it hits the news, so Alex Wagner and Rashida Jones, they had made changes at that time for both of them. So Rashida Jones is out and Alex Wagner is being, quote, sent into the field. That her show, they were taking her off the air and sending her, quote, into the field. So in other words, they were prepping to remove her from the network altogether. So this was a soft exit for Alex. First, we're going to take you off of regular television. Nobody's going to be looking for your show because we're sending you, quote, into the field. They sent her into the field and then into the landfill. Damn! And that's the way that went. So first Alex got taken out of the studio, then she got taken out of the company. The same day that Rashida Jones steps down, and Rashida Jones is replaced by this woman, Rebecca Cutler. So in case you didn't know this, all the black female and y'all got to go. Y'all got to get up out of here. When they say they want new blood, they really mean they want old blood. So Miss Cutler, this is the person right here that is executing the purge at MSNBC right now. She's the one doing this. She's the one who just axed Joy Reid and Alex Wagner. She's the one who did that. Now, you haven't heard about the white folk getting removed, but then again, you never do. Nobody's ratings at MSNBC are good right now. MSNBC's ratings went off of a damn cliff. It's been spun off from the damn network. Nobody's ratings at MSNBC are, quote, good. Nobody. There's just better than worse. Nobody's got good ratings at MSNBC or CNN for that matter. Nobody. So why are you isolating these two? Ain't nobody hitting no home runs at MSNBC right now. Nobody is. But y'all know how this go. You are always going to be last hired, first fired by the very same folk who claim they're your liberal friends. And I'll be damned, they do you just like the so-called conservatives, twin wings on the bird of white supremacy. Your ass got to go too. But these other folk will be last. And Joy Reid wasn't getting paid nowhere near what Rachel Maddow is getting. Here's the thing. If your network has a financial shakeup, if that's what your network is having, then shouldn't you be going after the people who cost the most damn money? Shouldn't you be doing that? It's like, hey, we got to tighten our belts. Well, they're not going after Rachel Maddow. They're not going after her. They're going after the low-hanging fruit. They're going after the cheap seats. And the folk who are the big-ticket items, they staying where they're at. The white folk who are the big-ticket items, they're going to stay where they're at. They're going to stay where they're at, including the new ones. Damn! What? Oh, remember Jen Psaki? I've been on. They asked about Jen Psaki the whole damn time when they brought Jen Psaki in. This woman couldn't put 3 people in a seat if you're strapped into an electric chair. And yet, she worked for the Biden administration, so that shows you this is a direct Democrat Party employee. And old Jen Psaki, well, don't y'all know? Oh, they gonna make sure she good. So Joy Reid is being moved out. And Jen Psaki, I guess they got this little trio, I think, with her and Simone Sanders and is it Michael Steele? Is that them? So, yeah, Simone Sanders and Alicia Mendez. What is it? Okay. They got these folk there. So Jen Psaki is being moved around. They kicked out Joy Reid and them. They want to expand the time for Jen Psaki. And so Jen Psaki, they're going to give her more. Joy Reid's going to get less, and Jen Psaki is going to get more. Of course, that's the way it goes. They take it from the have-nots and give it to the haves. So as you can see, Jen Psaki, they're going to be expanding hers, and they're taking directly from Joy Reid so they can give it to Jen Psaki. That's exactly what they're doing. That was the first move that came to their minds. First thing they came up with. I'll give you one paragraph from the article here. It says, Rebecca Cutler, you're already familiar with her, was named president of MSNBC earlier in February, is considering expanding the on-screen presence of Jen Psaki, who currently anchors hours on Sunday afternoons and Monday evenings, as well as the trio of personalities who lead The Weekend, the roundtable show that airs Saturday and Sunday mornings and is led by Simone Sanders, Townsend, Alicia Menendez, and Michael Steele. So that gives you an idea of that. Let me go ahead and throw them up on the screen right quick so you all can see exactly who they are for The Weekend. This is The Weekend. The Weekend. This is The Weekend. Boy, if Simone's shoulders were any broad... Simone, baby, you don't need shoulder pads. I don't know who told you need shoulder pads, ma'am. You actually don't need shoulder pads. You and Michael got the same shoulder width. So, ma'am, please, the shoulder pads for you are not just optional. They are unnecessary and undesired. You are good in the shoulder department. I don't know. I guess she figured just to let them know who boss is. So, yeah, Simone, you can ease off the shoulder pads. So, Jen Psaki is going to get more. They're minorities. Oh, there's the real thing about it. For those of you who didn't understand, this is where they put in the damn minorities. They put them in the damn colored section. So Miss Menendez there on the left, along with the Negroes on the right. Yeah, this is where they put in the damn colored folk. This is where they put in the colored folk. They're over there. They're over there. And of course, to add insult to injury, MSNBC couldn't have waited just 5 more days to do this? What? Folks, it's Black History Month. Black History Month will be over in 5 days. MSNBC couldn't wait 5 more days to do this? They couldn't wait 5 more days to make this announcement? While they sitting up here trying to criticize Donald Trump, deservedly, he don't give a damn about anything. This guy be serving bacon at a bar mitzvah. What? But in the middle of Black History Month, they waited until the last week of Black History Month to do this. Couldn't wait 5 more days? 5 more days, y'all. 5 more days. They just like, no, damn it, we doing it right now. You held out for the whole 23 days of the month. You held out, and you like, okay, the last 5 days. No, we can't take it no more. Out you. That's what your good liberal friends think of Black History Month. That's what they think. All right, that was what was. Now let me tell you what's going to be. Let me tell you what's going to be. Joy Taylor, I guess you can start the countdown now to when Joy wants to start her own podcast. What? You can go ahead and start that countdown now. You can go ahead and start the countdown now to when she wants to start her own podcast. Because she's not going to get hired by another network. She's not going to have another network that's going to hire her. Another network's not going to do that. There's nobody out there going through their bank account trying to figure out if they can carve out, 5 or 6 mil to get Joy Reid. I don't know. Maybe Steve Harvey or Ricky Smiley will add her to their radio program.
Nigga, please.
Maybe they'll do that. But, yeah, other than that, folks in the chat room talking about OnlyFans. Well, I guess they figure they're going to say OnlyFans before I do. I guess they're going to say OnlyFans before Jason. Because they're like, Jason going to go straight to OnlyFans. Nah, Joy couldn't make it on OnlyFans.
What? Auntie, chill.
Let me just say that right. Joy couldn't make it on OnlyFans. Nope. OnlyFans is not an option for Joy. That ain't happening. Ain't no fellas out there with $5 a month burning a hole in their pocket, daydreaming about Joy. It ain't happening. Not happening. Not unless Alex jumps in front of the camera for her. If Alex jumps in front of the camera, might have a chance, but no, Joy, Simone Sanders, no, there is no OnlyFans money. Somebody said only wigs. What? This fella said only wigs. Y'all think I'm bad. I'm the bad one. Y'all say I'm the bad one. Okay. So, no, OnlyFans is not in Joy Reid's future. Is Joy gonna be with Roland? Well, of course, that would make a tether duo now, wouldn't it? However, that's gonna be an awkward situation now, isn't it? First of all, Roland can't pay you no money. What? So that's the reason that's not gonna happen. Roland can't pay no money. So, Roland is eating up all the profits over there at his little struggle stream. So, he's eating up all the profits. So, Roland can't pay anything. But there's also another one. And the other one that it is that Roland is probably going to see this as an opportunity to twist the knife. Because it wasn't like there was a bunch of people over there at MSNBC who were, really doing anything for him. So remember who you screw over on your way up, those are all the people you're going to have to cross on your way down. So I don't know. Roland ain't really did nothing for none of them other folk. Like, you haven't really seen Roland marching with Don Lemon. Y'all haven't seen Roland really booed up pause with Don Lemon. We haven't seen Roland and Don Lemon really doing anything. So in my opinion, that ain't really cool like that, because Roland's like, y'all niggas should have been stomping for me to get back on television, and y'all didn't do that. So now that you've lost your slot, Roland has prepared a soft place for himself to land, but now that you all done lost your slot, why does Roland have to go out of his way to do anything for them? So I suspect that Roland is not going to be really highly motivated to go into partnership with them. I'm not saying that she might not make an appearance on his little, cornball YouTube channel, but as far as her being a part of what they do, no. Okay, here's the next thing. She's not going to be able to link up with nobody else either. That's not going to work. Angela Rye, all the rest of these folks. See, here's the issue. People like me, the new black media, we learned to navigate these internet streets decades ago. We've been through the crucible. We had to do all the work to learn how to operate and promote ourselves and create an audience for ourselves independent of the corporate media system. Roland Martin has never had to do anything without the corporate media system. Without them, he would be the nobody he was on Tom Joyner's morning cartoon show. We had to get out the mud, and we had to learn how to do this on our own. Joy Reid, the reason why Goldie Taylor couldn't go to the internet is because she didn't know how. By the way, anybody ever seen her documentary film come out, by the way, y'all? Damn! By the way, I know when my documentaries came out, Did she ever put hers out, by the way, after her crowdfunding? Did she ever do that? Asking for a friend. Did she? It's been like a decade now. Did that ever happen? Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. In any case, Goldie Taylor could not go from MSNBC to the internet because she don't know how to carry an audience on the internet. You don't have producers to sit there and feed you guests to come on and talk and fill the time for you. Melissa Harris Perry could not leave MSNBC and come to the internet. She doesn't know how to carry an audience. She knows how to stand in front of a classroom and lecture about banality and idiocy, but she doesn't know how to come to the internet and speak on issues folks really gonna have. See, here's the problem with coming to the internet, folks. If you're gonna leave the corporate structure and come here, you have to know how to be authentic. You have to be authentic. That is essential. Nothing else is gonna work. On cable television, you can be propped up by a corporation, and that corporation can sit there and they can pull strings and they can compensate for the stuff that you don't have. They can do that. But otherwise, that isn't going to work. That's not going to work at all. So you don't get somebody to give you a one-up or an attaboy on the internet. You got to build it and you have to make it work on your own. If you never develop those muscles that you need to be able to host and carry a program by yourself, it ain't gonna work. I'm not a fan of a lot of these other folk, but the truth is they know how to carry a program. Joe Rogan knows how to carry a program, although without guests, Joe Rogan would crash and burn. So Joe Rogan can't carry a program by himself, but he's popular enough that he has enough guests who can prop him up. Candace Owens can carry a program by herself. Ben Shapiro can carry the Daily Wire. Those folks that Daily Wire got, Daily Wire has gathered together a bunch of people who can carry a program on their own. They don't need guests. They don't need a co-host. They don't need anything. They can carry it by themselves. And that's why, Jeremy Boring put them together in the first place. He gathered together people who could carry hours of content and hours of programming by themselves. And that's how the internet works. So he could load the tunnel with programming from all these people, and these people are prolific enough that they can do this day after day on their own. No guests needed, no special events needed. They can carry a program by themselves. Stephen A. Smith can carry a program by himself. I didn't say I want to watch it, but as far as the skill set, Stephen A. Smith can carry a program all by himself. Joy Reid can't carry a program by herself. Melissa Harris Perry can't carry a program all on her own with nobody listening to anything but her from start to finish. She can't do it. I don't think Alex Wagner can carry a program all by herself. If she does, she'll surprise the hell out of me. But I don't think she can. Simone Sanders can't carry a program by herself. Neither can Michael Steele. They can't carry it by themselves. That's why they have to keep putting them with somebody else so they can bounce off of other people and project off of other people. And that doesn't work on the internet. You're not strong enough or capable enough to carry a YouTube program, Spotify, Twitch, Rumble. You can't do it on your own. And because of that, they can't cross over here. So that's why I'm saying when they're done on corporate, they're done. How's Don Lemons? How many of y'all, is there anybody in here who has listened to Don Lemons' podcast, YouTube program, whatever, more than 2 programs? Let me hear from you. Lie. Is there anybody in here who has listened to anything that Don Lemon has done on Twitter, YouTube, anywhere that you tuned in more than twice, because I know you probably tuned in about Candace Owens, maybe. Did that ever even really happen? Maybe with Candace Owens, but other than that, has anybody here listened to him more than twice? More than twice. And what I'm saying is you can't carry a program when that happens. So please understand, it's a different skill set. You have a corporation that'll prop you up and will feed you guests and feed you contributors and producers who will feed you topics because you're not in touch with the people, which is the real reason that Joy Reid, we ain't gonna hear from her anymore. Joy Reid is not in touch with the people. She had white producers and white executives to prop her up, but she's not in touch with the people. She's not in touch with the issues. She can't speak to it. She can't even do that half-breed garbage that Roland Martin does, where every few months he attempts to channel his inner Jason Black. He can't even do that. That's not even an option for him. They're not able to do that. They didn't tell these folks that that would be an issue for them. They didn't tell them that. So now they're just kind of out here on their damn own, and it's not working for them. And by the way, one more thing here. I'd be remiss if I didn't point this out, although I'll just go ahead and do this one time. We'll do this one time. Because this deserves the world's most epic nigga, please. Roland. Really? You big hamburger built bastard. Really? Dude, you can change a banner to say any damn thing you want it to. That ain't gonna make it so. You can change your banner to say anything you want it to say, Roland. You can, first of all, Roland, how you gonna be the voice of Black America without a baritone?
And deal with it, nigga.
You and Ben Shapiro got the same damn, how you gonna be the leader of Alvin and the Chipmunks and you're gonna pretend to yourself that you're the voice of Black America? How are you? Y'all, what are they putting in the weed that they are distributing in D.C. right now? What are they putting in that stuff? What are the weed dispensaries doing in D.C. right now? They are selling some bootleg stuff that is illegal, clearly. It's got additives to it. It's been laced with some stuff that is clearly insane. Clearly it is. But yes, folks, understand something. This is where they get it from. If you're gonna be successful, I did this charting the way and figuring it out and testing what the people wanted. So the only way he can stay alive is to try to imitate what the people want. He wishes he could do that. He wishes he gets that kind of respect. I showed up live at my film premieres. Wasn't nobody running up on the damn stage at me. So, like I say, just a little bit of an addition here. By the way, y'all, yeah, this is what's happening over there in the old black media. The old black media is biting off my rhymes. The old black media is biting my songs. The old black media is biting my songs. You know what? Hey, Roland, you know why you're trying to tell people that you wish you were the voice of Black America? Because you damn sure can't be the face of Black America.
Cookie! Nom, 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 nom. Oh, nom, 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 nom.
Just saying. He damn sure can't be the face of Black America. If people turned off your video, Roland, they wouldn't. Might as well shut the whole damn channel down because they need something to laugh at. But yeah, you are neither the voice, damn sure not the face. You occupy neither seat. You occupy neither seat. So keep on wishing. But yeah, Yeah. Just wanted y'all to know, that happened. But the internet is a treacherous place. The internet is a treacherous place. It is entirely too difficult to move around. You're not going to be able to do like you all did in the corporate media structure and get handed softballs and get an alley-oop here and folk helping you out. That's an issue. That is an issue there. That's the kind of thing right there that folks need to watch out for. So if you attempt to cross over here where we are, that ain't gonna happen. So Joy Reid can't do it, people. She can't do it. She can't. So I hope she saved up that MSNBC money. I think she's married. The dude's shorter than she is, but I think she's married. So it's like, okay, y'all two better make it like peaches and cream because that's going to be it. Unless some radio show hires her, but she's not going to another news network, that ain't happening. And I predict that she's going to attempt to do a podcast, but that's not going to work. I didn't say it's not going to happen. It's just not going to work. And here's the other thing. None of these niggas, did you say niggas? I damn sure did.
And deal with it, nigga.
None of these niggas from the old media, they're not going to invest in themselves. Roland Martin had to do it because it was either that or driving Uber. So that was why Roland did that. If he didn't sit up there and go beg and by the way, and make a deal with the Democrats under the table, it wasn't going to work. All right, in the chat room there, Marion Anderson, I'm so glad that you have that idea. Let me go ahead and get Zoom up and going here so that you can pontificate on that, because I would love to figure out how in the world you think that's the way that's going to happen. So let me go ahead and throw the Zoom up. So glad that you decided to weigh in. So happy you decided to weigh in. Let's go ahead and get the Zoom up and going for you here, and you can explain to all of us exactly why it is that you think that Joy Reid is, quote, gonna be just fine. Okay, well, I'd like to find out just fine. And gonna have a bigger platform? Oh, really? Oh, okay. So glad you think so. Let's go ahead and get you up on deck here. All right, we're posting the link here in the chat room. So, Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, there's your link. Go ahead and hit us up. And we're going to hear from you exactly how you figure that. You got 2 minutes to be on Zoom, and we're going to figure out how you figure that. How you figure that. She going to be just fine. Okay. Like Melissa Harris Perry and Angela Rye and who was the other one? Who was the other chick? Oh boy, it's hard to remember her damn name now. She had that show with Angela Rye and Andrew get him. Tiffany Cross, thank you. Yeah, Tiffany, talk about the black female purge. But yeah, Tiffany, how'd that work out for Tiffany? Show me one black female that left those people with the sole exception of Tamron Hall. And if Tamron Hall didn't look scrumptious, tell me where she'd be today. Would anybody be, even though she got long in the tooth, but if Tamron Hall couldn't fake it, where would she be today? So if Tamron Hall couldn't wear a bodycon dress the way she do, Simone Sanders is not going to be able to make that pop off like that. Simone Sanders is not ready for a bodycon. She is not ready for a body dress. She is not ready for nothing form-fitting. Not happening. So if Tamron didn't have that, it is questionable where she would be today. And then you take a look at her audience. It's rough. Oh, the audience is rough. Now, I got somebody here on Zoom. If this is not Anderson, we are not interested. So, okay, iPhone, if you are not Mr. or Mrs. Anderson, it's not your time yet. So, is that you? You are on, sir. Are you Anderson? Okay, this Negro is playing with his phone settings. This newfangled technology has got him flummoxed. This newfangled technology got them flummoxed. Try later. So these folks are sitting up here, and she's going to try to do something else. If she's going to do it, she's going to have to do it very quickly. If she does it, she's going to have to do it very quickly. Very quickly. That's going to have to happen. She is not going to be able to drag her feet. She's going to have to move very quickly if she's going to make a move. Because this world forgets you very soon. There's not a bunch of Joy Reid fans sitting around waiting for her second act. So if she's going to strike, she's going to have to do it early. But you see, that's going to be tough, y'all. You see, Megyn Kelly was given mills. They gave Megyn Kelly mills at Fox and then gave her bigger mills at NBC. They never gave the black women that kind of money now, did they? Never gave the black women that kind of money at all now, did they? Not at all. Wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. So these other folks out here, since they don't have the money, they're not going to build a set. They're not going to get the equipment. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to produce their own program. So the technical things and the logistics, they can't do that. Tamron Hall had an advantage that Joy Reid and Alex Wagner don't have. Remember, Tamron was bouncing back and forth between NBC and MSNBC. So she was having experience on the Today Show. She had experience with the talk show side of things, not just the news format. She had experience with both the news format and the talk show side of things. So she got development that these other folks didn't get. That's why she could do something different. Joy and them, they can't do it. They can't do it. Now, here's another thing. Another reason that Joy is not going to be able to make it on the internet is, baby, all that damn black feminist man-hating bull crap you've been doing for the last damn decade, baby. Your name is dirty as hell on the yard.
And deal with it, nigga.
Joy can't walk the yard? Joy Reid cannot walk the prison yard. She can't get out here. She got to stay PC'd up. She got to stay in isolation. She can't walk her ass out here on the prison yard. Ain't nobody got love for her out here. Niggas is flying kites all over the place. Hey, if she show up on your yard, let us know. Her damn paperwork show up, MSNBC, black feminists. Oh, hell, the kite's gonna be flying all over the damn place. Hell no, she can't walk the yard. She can't come over here. She's not gonna have any support over here. The black feminism thing, it had this little wave for a minute. That damn thing is deader than disco. No, baby, that's a wrap. No, you bet on the wrong damn horse. You put all your chips on the wrong damn horse. You are not going to be able to sashay your ass out here and talk about you down with us now. Black unity. You are not going to be able to sit up here and do your talk about no black unity. That ain't going to work. You cannot be the mascot and the spokesperson for black unity. Not coming onto our yard, you can't. You better go find another cable television network that you can be custodian or janitor at. See if you can do that. You cannot come over here. Nah, baby, your paperwork is trash. You better ask Candace Owens how that worked out. Damn! You better ask her. No, we're all Russian bots. No, not no more. I told y'all that when she was sitting up here trying to get closer to us after the election. Remember, we talked about that already. Joy was floating it then. They must have gave her the word that your time is limited. Your days are numbered. So she was trying to get booed up with us then, talking about black men and black women standing together. Remember I did that program? She made that little TikTok video and whatnot, talking about white women, we ain't fooling with y'all. Us black folk gonna be over here. All the black men are looking at her like, black folk? Who's that? Who are you talking about? Remember she did her TikTok video? Which, by the way, that probably contributed to it, but they just gave her the heads up. Hey, hell, for Trump getting to the White House, y'all know how we do you nigresses. When Trump coming to the White House, you know how we gonna do you Negro females. They must have gave her the heads up. Rashida Jones must have gave them the heads up. Nah, you know how they gonna do us. You know where we're going. You know where we going. In the chat room, Candace, for the slow bus children who don't know very much, Candace Owens can't show her face in black society. A Jewish rabbi of questionable origins smacked her up and pimp slapped her like a hoe when he sat there on Piers Morgan and told Candace Owens, you don't have support among black people. And she couldn't do nothing but sit there and hold her head down. Now, you are never in your damn life, fella. You ain't never in your life supposed to be sitting in front of a white man who sits up here and tells you, I can talk about you like a dog because you don't even have black people to support you, and he's telling the truth.
And deal with it.
Now, that's not never supposed to happen in your natural born days, that a white man can tell you, I can talk any way I want to you. There's not going to be anybody jumping up telling me don't disrespect the black queen because you don't have any black support. So I can just run a Yiddish wild on you. I can give you the Yiddish business because ain't no black folk coming to help you. You don't have a people. Now, he said that to her damn face. And he was telling the truth. Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring knew they could do her however in the hell they wanted to. Because they're like, baby, you the queen of bed wenches and bed hoes. You ain't got no black folk to save you. Al Sharpton's not coming over the hill. The new black media is not going to come to your defense. You better scramble together as many thirsty, jungle fever white men you can, because there will be no black folk coming for you. We're not worried about anybody protesting for you. You're on your own. You are on your own. And she's been on her own ever since. That's why she had to get out. She tried for a minute to test the waters, remember, to see if there's going to be some black unity. She tried to ease that black card out there to see what happened. It was like piranhas got that damn hand toe up. She was like, I'll be damned. I better get some big lips smooching on white ass because I don't have any black support. I don't have any. Rabbi Shmuley, you can go look that up for yourselves. Candace Owens and him are going back and forth, but you can go look it up. YouTube, people, YouTube's your friend. Go look it up. I already did a whole program about it, by the way. So it's here on the channel. I did a whole program about it. But in any case, yeah, Candace got her nigga wake up call. I'm not sure if that was the name of my program, but she got her nigga wake up call. Yeah, baby, you can't walk the yard. You can't walk the yard. You better get back over there with your white husband and kiss some ass, because you can't walk the yard over here. Okay, please understand, that's what they do to your ass. They pick, like Simone Sanders and the rest of them, they pick you up. They take you to their white cocktail parties. They take you to their white groups. They take you to their white Epstein Islands. And then they tell you that you're not like the other Negroes. You're one of us. You're better than them. You're so much better than them. Why can't the rest of them be like you? You're better than them. And what you don't understand is that they've isolated you. Now you've been isolated and you're off on your own. And you don't recognize that that's what they did. So now that you don't have any support from the soil, you don't have any support from the grassroots. Now that you don't have that, they like, by the way, when we get done with you, ain't nobody gonna say a word because you ain't got no backup from the soil. You gave that up years ago. So when we get done with you, We're going to drop you off in the trash bag and nobody's going to do anything because they see you as one of ours. They don't see you as one of us. And they're right. You let them take your ass off, daydreaming to yourself that you're going to be the next Candace Owens and you can float without black folk. It's like, okay, try it. And eventually her day is going to come up too, by the way, in case anybody is under the psychotic delusion. We got to be careful in the thirsty incel era. There's a bunch of fellas out there that any old chick is cute to them. Every female is an 8 for them. So for those guys who's lived their lives looking into an iPhone their whole lives, and every female is an 8 to them. Candace Owens is an 8 to them. It's like, okay, well, for those guys, you'll hang in there strong, but Candace's fall off is going to happen too. In any case, Joy Reid, and the fall off came now. So Joy Reid is hanging in there. By the way, she probably just found out with the rest of us. She probably found out this weekend just like the rest of us. She thought everything was okay. She didn't you know it's true. Did she get a chance to sign off? Did she get a chance to sign off? Did she? Jim Acosta got a chance to sign off. Did Joy Reid get a chance to sign off? Or are they just letting you know, yeah, we done dropped her and we're not going to let her do a Melissa Harris Perry and clown us on the set? Or do a Tamron Hall and clown us? So did she get a chance to sign off? Or did they just go ahead and let her know, yeah, your last show, that was your last show. That was the last one. You can say goodbye to your fan base on Twitter. On Elon Musk's Twitter. So, yeah, if she didn't get a chance to sign off, we'll see. We'll see if she gets a chance to sign off. They'll probably pre-record it. Just in case, I want y'all to understand, these people here, they do this for a reason. They know what they're doing. Because there's a whole bunch of folks who've been up there behind the scenes riding dirty. They've been behind the scenes riding dirty, and now Trump is in office, and they're all scrambling for cover, and it's kind of hard to do so. A lot of y'all thought that Roland Martin was the only one. You thought Roland Martin was the only one riding dirty. Oh, no. See, I told y'all about these folks, and there's a reason you got to be aware of this. Fair use, Fox, by the way, fair use.
Welcome back. More fraud and abuse exposed as the Environmental Protection Agency reveals President Biden awarded $2 billion buried in the so-called Inflation Reduction Act to a climate group tied to one of his most loyal supporters and friends.
Damn! Y'all, $2 billion? Biden was embezzled $2 billion? Stacey Abrams, no wonder she got a big jiggly ass out there making an ass of herself and things. Biden said, look here, I got $2 billion in them things. You want to be the first black female billionaire from Atlanta? What? Oh, Biden said, I got $2 billion of them things lined up. Now, wait till you hear some of the details, folks. For those of you who've ever put up a small business proposal or written a grant, because that's what this was for, wait till you hear them tell you what the terms of the grant were. That's how you know this was damn money laundering and a payoff.
Former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. The EPA now trying to claw Biden awarded $2 billion buried in the so-called Inflation Reduction Act to a climate group tied to one of his most loyal supporters and friends, former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. The EPA now trying to claw that money back, which is part of a larger $20 billion held at an outside financial institution. The money distributed as part of the $739 billion Inflation Reduction Act that was passed by congressional Democrats and signed into law by President Biden in 2022. Joining me now is the EPA Administrator, Lee Zeldin. EPA Administrator Zeldin, great to have you this morning. Thank you for being here. I want to get your take on what you've been doing this weekend. So let me get to the Stacey Abrams money in a moment. Tell us what you've been able to do just in the last 2 days.
Okay, I'm not really worried about that.
Stacey Abrams linked climate stashed away in the Inflation Reduction Act and sent to Stacey Abrams linked climate group. Tell me about it.
Maria, this group in 2023 only received $100.
What?
Did y'all hear that?
Maria, this group in 2023 only received $100. This isn't even like it's a longtime group that has some reputation of handling large budgets. They received $2 billion in 2024.
Damn! What? Damn!
So they went from getting $100 to getting $2 billion the next year. But wait, it gets worse.
Maria, this group in 2023 only received $100. This isn't even like it's a longtime group that has some reputation of handling large budgets. They received $2 billion in 2024. On page 1 of the grant agreement, it tells them that they have 21 days to distribute all $2 billion. And on page 7 of the grant agreement, it is giving them 90 days to complete a training called How to Develop a Budget. I would say that any entity that needs training on how to develop a budget shouldn't be actually distributing money before they take that training, and they certainly shouldn't be receiving $2 billion to be distributing that rapidly.
You heard that correctly. They were given a organization that only had $100 in 2023 was then given $2 billion the very next year. They wrote such a wonderful sterling grant. The thing went so well that they were told you have 3 weeks to spend the money and 3 months to take a course on how to budget to spend the money. You heard that right. They told you you have to spend the money in 3 weeks, but you have to take a course to know how to spend the money in 3 months. Now, y'all know damn well this is just straight up money laundering. This is just straight up payoff. This is straight up payoff. Now, this microphone said this 6 years ago about Stacey Abrams, that she was the designated mammy and that her job was to deliver the black vote. That's what she was there for. Her job was to deliver the black vote in Georgia. Her, Jamie Harrison, Gary Chambers, they always get some big rotund nigga to sit up here and go around to go rally the black vote and corral the black vote for them. And then we said, what were they going to get for it? So old Stacey Abrams, who had about the same chance of winning the governorship in Georgia as you do of getting the original Temptations back together.
What?
She sat up here and you wonder why she was doing that. You wonder what she was going to get because she was never going to be in political office. That was never going to happen. Now we found out what she was offered. Now we found out what they really offered her. And that brings some new questions to mind now, doesn't it? This brings up some new questions that I got about some other people down there in Georgia who, for some strange reason, they should have already submitted their resumes to Magic City or to $1 Million City Lights. They should have been submitted their resumes or been started their OnlyFans. And for some reason, they keep getting bounced around and they're okay and that money ain't no issue. And it's like, well, what are you doing? I bet you if they keep digging, they gonna find out a whole bunch of folks got a few dollars slid in them pockets. I bet you if they take a look around, they're gonna find out a whole bunch of these disposable Negroes got some money slid in their pockets on their way out the door, and that's why they're quiet. No wonder they're not saying anything, because you and me would be madder than the devil on a good Sunday if you and me got done by the Democrats like this, and yet these other folk are sitting up here and ain't said nothing. So I'm pretty sure if you keep digging around, you gonna find, oh, some other folks over here got a few mil too. Here, go ahead and shut that up. Here, take this right here. We'll come up with some bull jive ass grant to give you, some bull jive ass money to give you. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll do that. So yeah, it's all starting to make sense now. It's all starting to make sense how it is that these folks show up like that. Kamala Harris is getting in line to get her bag. Come on, they can't let Kamala Harris talk. Kamala Harris cannot be allowed to say what she knows. She can't be allowed to do that. So Kamala Harris is playing stick 'em up. She's like, look, if y'all don't give me a bag, I'm going to tell everybody what this old crazy bastard was in there doing. He was eating Campbell's soup in the damn bathtub. What? I'm going to tell everybody with a rubber ducky on top of his damn head. Y'all better hand me a bag. I'm going to talk. You better hand me if y'all don't slide me some money, I'm going to get it my damn self. I'll be on Fox News every damn night. If y'all don't slide me a bag, if y'all don't get it to me, I'm going to get it myself. I'll be on Fox News, Newsmax. Well, I'll be there every damn night. You'll swear I got my own show. I suggest you slide me a bag. Just in case I get tired of Doug's. I only stayed with Doug because I thought I was going to be president. I ain't no real reason to stick it around with him no more. By the way, y'all, brief aside. Jason, don't do it. Oh, I'm going to do it. Brief aside. I'm going to say this real quick and then I'm going to get off of it. Take a look at a woman's past sexual history, and that will tell you if she's with the man she really wants to be with. Take a look at the men that she was with before she got with Doug. Just like Barack Obama, take a look at the women he was with before he got with Michelle. Take a look at the men she was with before she got with Doug. Yeah, she was mostly with black men before she got with Doug. And then she get with Doug and okay, Doug, you're the last train leaving. But just keep that in mind. So if things do go south with her and Doug, I got a feeling she gonna bust this I got a feeling she gonna bust this U-turn. And she gonna try to figure out if she got one more turn with some booty shorts on. She gonna figure out if she got one more spin around the block with some booty shorts on or something. She got enough money, she go get a personal trainer and see if she can get it tightened up one more time. And if somebody starts snapping and talking straight, okay, that'll be it for Doug. So I would be remiss if I did not at least give that analysis. But yeah, Kamala Harris, like, go ahead and slide that bag, because if y'all sat up here and were money laundering $2 billion for Stacey Abrams and she'll only get a couple million of that, Kamala like, oh, hell no, I got to get at least 100. I got to get at least 100 million. Got to get it. I got to get it. If I can't get it, straight to Fox News nightly. I'm going to tell them every damn thing I know. I'm snitching on every damn body. So I suggest you slide that bag slow and easy. This is a hell of a way to end Black History Month. It really, really is. Folks are getting shown the damn door. People are getting shown the damn window. If they keep this up, folks are going to be getting shown a prison cell. What? Boy, it's rough out here. It is rough out here. It is tough out here. Do you really want to jump in the woods with this? Do you really want to jump in the woods with this? It just looks easy on TV. It looks easy on TV till you hop your happy ass out here and then it goes left. However, you might disagree. Therefore, the link for the Zoom is open and available in the chat room. You are more than welcome to go ahead and hit us up and give us a call there. I want to thank everyone, and I do mean everybody who's contributed to this program on PayPal, Super Chat, Venmo, my man, Mr. Richburg. Thank you very much for your support, brother. We appreciate that. Erwin Davis, be one of the family. Terrell Evans, these internet streets aren't mainstream. Y'all going to eat her alive, brother. She already ate up to begin with here. Joe Blow is a new member here, so we appreciate you for going ahead and joining that. Jughead from the UK is throwing some pounds. Candace Richardson, thank you very much for being a new member. And to everybody else here, we're going to go ahead and take a very brief commercial, non-commercial break. We got over 6,500 people in here live. Stick around. I'm just getting smoking. This is the Black Channel.
When you visit MrBeTheTeacher.com, you can get a copy of his award-winning book, Guidelines for the Successful Student. While you're there, grab one of his newest tunes along with fun and educational lyric videos.
Never give up, don't worry, never give up, study. In order to
times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times swap names, he, she, they, and we. Simplify the daddy divides as the father and guide. Mommy multiplies and shares on what they buy.
You can also acquire his tutoring services via varsitytutors.com or tutor.com. If you wish to speak to Steve Burgess directly, you can do so through MrBeTheTeacher.com.
The Honey Badger and the Mongoose is a children's story for the family of how a honey badger and mongoose fight an evil alliance of venomous cobra snakes and hyenas that overhauls the balance of the savannah. The Big Five. The honey badger demands reparations. Will the Big Five give the honey badger reparations? Can the evil alliance of cobras and hyenas be stopped? The best new price for the hard and soft cover is at www.thehoneyBadgerandthemongoose.com. You can also find this book at Amazon, Audible, and Kindle.
Order yours today to experience all the benefits of Ash Kickin' Body Butter. With skin so smooth and soft, you'll thank us for it. Shop Ash Kickin' online. That's ASHKICKIN.com.
Hi, this is Brenda Starr, creator of Poetry with a Purpose and author of the book Pressed But Not Crushed. Pressed But Not Crushed is an anthology of political poems that address current and historical issues in American descendants of slave population and African American population. The book describes slaveries and its residuals, Jim Crow segregation, social depredation, and other relevant issues to American descendants of slaves and African Americans, including the current political climate that does not address our issues.
This is the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the voice of Black America, the Black Authority, broadcasting to you live. Very glad to be with you all here this evening. The link for the Zoom is up and available. We've been discussing here is folks are they're having the purge over there at NBC and MSNBC again, just in time for Black History Month. They wanted to send it out with a bang. Joy Reid, after all these years, she know they're gonna clown her. Oh, right-wing media, alt-right media, Ben Shapiro, all the YouTube white supremacists. Oh man, they are doing the Mayo hand rub. What? Yes, sir. They are doing the Mayo hand rub. They're doing that little simple two-step dance they do at the white clubs. It's gonna be rough. It is gonna be rough on her. They are gonna be doing victory laps like NASCAR. It's just gonna be zooming round and round like Hot Wheels. It's gonna be rough on her. So she's gonna be the talk of the town. Oh, at least for the next couple of days. At least for the next couple of days. It's going to be hard on her. Here's the other thing. The other thing is, by the way, she should have known and seen this coming. because there are some lessons that Joy Reid in particular. Alex, I got some words for you too, Alex. Alex likes to tip through and listen to me from time to time. Alex, I got a few words for you too, but let me go ahead and give Joy the work right quick. Joy Reid, as we go ahead and we have this eulogy that we're passing on here, as we go ahead and give this post-mortem, there are some lessons that maybe the next big-headed Negro female that they bring up in there who didn't listen before, maybe there's a lesson that they'll take away from this, although it is doubtful because they only grabbed the brainwashed and the brain numbed. However, there are some lessons you can learn. Take a look at the fate of Angela Rye. Take a look at the fate of Tiffany Cross. Take a look at the fate of Melissa Harris Perry. And you can't go teach at the university. Go take a look at the fate of Goldie Taylor. Let's talk about what you did wrong first, Joy. The first thing that you did wrong was you attempted to do the gender wars. You went ahead and you played along with them. Y'all got to understand, just because you're a female that the men may not necessarily dig like that. See, that's the problem with y'all. That if I can't get the shine that I think I should be getting, I'm going to go to war against everybody else. Dr. John Henry Clark talked about that. He said that is the lowest form of life in black society. That is the lowest form of scum in black society. That you know full well if you have an issue with another black person, they go and call white daddy. Because you know that the system has more control and more power. So I'll align myself with the system. And we have to be careful and always vigilant when we see individuals who do that. In Irish society, Italian society, Asian society, they don't fool with folks who do that kind of stuff. As Tony Soprano said, we handle stuff in-house. They don't fool with the person who does that, because if they'll do this with one of these folk over there, they'll do this with you. If this person sits up and says, well, I'll align myself with the system against this person over here, well, buddy, you can't stand next to them, because today they're doing it to them, tomorrow they'll be doing it to you. That's the reason you can't have them around. That's the reason when any of us see that, none of us can have them around after that. You got to go. We can't fool with you. So now you all just learned the origins of somebody being a snitch. We can't fool with no snitch. Today you got a beef with them, and that's the tactic you use with them. Tomorrow you'll try to use that as a chess move on me. Yeah, we don't fool with no snitches here. We don't fool with you. You got to go. So Joy Reid finds herself in the position to be in the house snitch, and this is why we have let everybody know that we're going to be on code. We're taking hard line. We're cracking down on being on code. We're not going to tolerate being off code. And to individuals who do not come from our lineage, we're trying to remind them, hey, this is the code when you get here. And we're not going to play no games about it. You cannot be black when convenient, and you can't be down when convenient. We don't play that damn game where you ride the fence and you're doing whatever's best for you. You do what is best for the people, not what's best for you. We're not going to play that game at all. And Joy Reid and her folk play that game. That's why they get promoted within the white structure. Right up until the day they decide to drop your ass. Right up until then. Then it's all bad. But that turns into another issue there, because Joy Reid right now, Joy, here's the lesson your ass is learning. You're in a very expensive place. You're in a very expensive city. She's gotten very used to that lifestyle. She's gotten very used to being noticed and seen that way. She's gotten very used to being able to afford it. Now she got to carry the weight on her own. That's a lot of pressure to apply to somebody all in one weekend. That's a lot of pressure to apply. And right now what she's finding out is that, I'll be damned, she wishes she had a people to call on. You see, the first mistake you made there, Joy, was you should have been using the platform you had and the opportunities you had to build bridges. But you see, you stuck around White Zaddy long enough and you got it in your big ass head that you were one of them. Now you don't have a bridge or a road out. You're just there by yourself now. You can't call on anyone who can do anything. Who the hell you gonna call? Michael Eric Dyson? What? So you see, you've alienated yourself from the soil. That was the first mistake you made. You were supposed to be building inroads to black men. You were supposed to be doing that. Because, folks, you know what the real stupidity here is? The real stupidity is, damn it, nigga, it's always gonna be your day. Who are these jackasses who think they're gonna get some lifetime appointment? Deion Sanders said that when he left Jackson State. He said, you don't ever get to stay in a position forever. You're either moving up or you're moving out. But you don't get to stand still. That's how I knew he was going to Colorado, and he's probably, if he does stay in football, he's going to have to go to the NFL. He's already told you what his mindset is and what his understanding is. So he left Jackson State specifically to go to Colorado. If he stays in football because of his sons, if he does, he's going to the league. Because he had already said it, hey, you're either moving up or you're moving out. But you can't stand still. And Joy Reid with the rest of y'all, baby, the bill is always going to come due. They're eventually going to knock on that door. You will not get to stay where you are. You're not one of them. You're not their pet. They don't have a little cubby carved out for you. Eventually, your number is going to come up. And the real question is, what did you do to prepare for that? Well, right now, Candace Owens kissed all the ass she could, so she's their little chocolate delight. But they don't got an opening for a second one. They don't have an opening for a second Negro female. That's it, baby. Plus, Candace is a lot younger, so you missed that one. You should have been building bridges. You should have been building alliances. You should have been preparing for the day that they were going to call your number. You should have been doing that. You should have been making associations. You should have been sending emails. You should have been making sure you were networking. You should have been connected to the soil. Kamala Harris did not connect to the soil. It's going to turn out the same damn way every time. Negroes always tell themselves that they're the privileged one, they're the chosen one. I'm going to play the game better. And then every single one of them get their ass bounced out. We've been watching this happen since the very damn beginning. And it's 2025 and they haven't learned a damn thing. They still have a ready conveyor belt of brainwashed numbskull Negroes who think they're going to buck the trend, they're going to buck the tide, and that they're going to be the special chosen one. And that the other ones just couldn't play the game as good as them or as slick as them. I've got the special sauce. I've got the touch. I've got the right stuff. And it's a lie and they just want to believe it. So they all just go ahead and do dumb stuff and sit still until eventually they get the damn heads knocked off. And this is where you end up at. If Joy Reid had spent the last half of a decade building bridges, she would already be mobbed up with the new black media. She would already be mobbed up with the internet. She'd already be mobbed up with the soil. She'd already have folk that she can call and bring her on. Like tonight, 6,000 people in here live didn't have to kiss no white ass. Ain't that right, Candace Owens?
And deal with it.
Don't have to sit here and kiss no white ass. We got out the mud and you can talk directly to your people. But you see, you have to prepare that. You don't get to just jump up on a random Sunday 10 years later. All right, I need all my people to get together with me. It don't work that way. You've been networking with the wrong damn folk. If you've been networking at all, you've been networking with the wrong damn people. You don't know how to talk to a national audience. You don't know how to hold one. And you don't have any people that you can call and network with and talk to be able to do that neither. You don't have it. You squandered it. You squandered it. You were supposed to be building inroads over here decades ago. Didn't do it. Didn't move a finger. And thought to yourself, well, don't worry. The white folk will hold it down for me. They'll take care of me. I don't need you Negroes. They'll take care of me. I'll be all right. And then your damn number came up and I'll be damned. Yeah. There's nothing. We told you that was coming. You've always, I don't have to listen to you. Okay, you can try that thing where you think you're going to be rebellious and hard-headed and you get together with a bunch of other knuckle-headed females and we ain't got to listen to them. And then when the white folks sit up here and do what they're going to do, now you're sitting out here scrambling around trying to find answers. Let's see if we can get some folk together. Let's see if we can get some folk on your team. Ain't nobody hurting themselves to be part of the team Joy Reid, baby. The only thing you could do for anybody was get them on MSNBC. Now you can't even do that anymore. So the only thing you actually could have done for people, you can't even do that anymore. What purpose does it serve anybody else to have you around? Because now you need help. Now you need help. All them crazy ass, hair colored, whacked out LGBT feminists and activists you had, ain't the internet's not looking for them? Remember the last time that Joy Reid made headlines was having a so-called therapist who told you if you have family members who voted for Trump, don't spend time with your family during the holidays. What? Remember? She had a therapist telling you, don't spend time with your family during the holidays if they didn't vote the way you think they should vote. That was Joy Reid's contributors. That's the folks she brought on her show on MSNBC. You think that's gonna fly on the internet, in the free fire zone of the internet, where you have to actually be a balanced, sensible individual? You think folks are waiting for that out here?
Nigga, please.
Let me go ahead and jump over here on Zoom. Got some folks waiting for us over here on Zoom. Let me go ahead and jump on Zoom here. I got Candace on Zoom. Candace needs to wake up over there on Zoom. Candace might be going back and forth between this and her webcam, so we'll make sure we have that straight. Okay, Candace, I think you might be on Zoom. I'm not sure there. Okay, we found you on a dark corner somewhere, baby. What you doing?
I just came from the Chinese store. I was getting dinner.
Okay, ma'am. You're obviously in the middle of the night. I'm about to say, did I catch you on the track? I don't want to.
No, here's the light. Can you see me clear now?
Yeah, I see you, baby. I thought I caught you on the track. I'm like, hey, Slick might want his money tonight, so don't. Damn. No. Don't leave him waiting. Okay, she was on a whole dark street corner, y'all. I expected Batman to come swinging by. So she's in Gotham City, damn it. I mean, it looked like something out of a comic book. It looked like the whole Batman movie. So I'm expecting the Joker to come by. What's on your mind?
All right. I just want to say I thank you for your broadcast every week. I listen to. I mean, my brother, we listen to every single week. I like how you speak truth about these people and what's happening around the world and these politicians, and they just wicked. So as for Joy Reid, I don't feel sorry for her because she got axed because she spent the whole time on her show dogging out her own people just for those folks, and she allowed those people to change her black mind into a white mind, and she just changed her whole appearance, and she allowed those people to talk her into that. Like, she can't adapt to us. She don't know how to handle us because she's one of them. And so I don't feel sorry for her that she is no longer on that show no, because she, that's karma.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem with the corporate structure. It's a one-way conversation. They have gotten so used to having a monopoly, and that was a valid thing literally 40 years ago. The public internet has been a thing now for roughly about 30 years. But that's it. The old broadcast system of television and radio where it was a one-way conversation and you tuned into whoever the anchor was, and that was the national conversation. That doesn't exist anymore. And thank God it no longer does. These people are still stuck in the mindset that they don't have to ask you what you think, that they are there to tell you what you think, and that they're there to give you all the information to convince you of why it is you're wrong if you don't agree with them. So in other words, they are completely unprepared to have a two-way conversation. That's why Tiffany Cross and Angela Rye can't make it. On the internet, you have to be able to have a two-way conversation. Charlemagne the God knows how to have a two-way conversation. He might not be a cup of tea on everything, but he knows how to have a two-way conversation. That's what the internet was built on. You don't get to be protected by a producer who brings on one guest and then you can cut their microphone. You have to be prepared to say an idea and then defend it. Joe Rogan has had to learn that. Ben Shapiro, to a lesser degree, has had to learn that. Candace Owens. So these are all of us on the internet. We've learned to operate in the arena of intellectual hand-to-hand combat. Joy Reid and friends have never had to do that. She's not going to take calls. She's not going to talk to you. And the reason I bring that up is because if she had done that, then she would understand that sometimes we do have contentious, the internet. Imagine having contentious conversations on the internet. Imagine that. Sometimes we have some spirited debates on the internet. You have to learn how to do that if you're going to operate here. She has deliberately said that shouldn't be happening. I don't have to talk to you. Now she doesn't know how to talk to you. Furthermore, she doesn't think she needs to. And now she's coming. If she comes over here, you gotta do it over here. And she's done no prep work whatsoever. She hasn't learned how to talk to us. So if she does come over here, she's gonna try to tell us what we think or tell us that we're wrong for it. And that's not gonna work.
Yeah. What could she say? What questions could she ask us? She don't know anything. And as for Candace, I remember that show when that rabbi was talking down to her and she took that. And after that, she had her mouth to say, and then they got rid of her. Like, you can't come on TV and then badmouth people had done nothing wrong to you and then think that you can just fall out the handle. And that rabbi told her off. And then she let that man do that. That's her.
Well, in the corporate structure protected them. They build a show for you. They build a structure. They are engineered to fight against a two-way conversation. So in other words, you never actually learn where the people actually are. You just go off from one bubble to another, one cocktail party bubble to another, luncheon bubble party to another. And then when you actually do have to talk to the public, you don't know how to do it. Now she needs to know how to talk to the people, and she doesn't know how to do it. That's why she's not going to make it. She's going to go Angela Rye and Tiffany Cross, and that's it. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me go ahead and see if I can get next up here. Where is this? All right, we got Onan up here on Zoom. At least we're going to see about getting Onan up here. Where you at, Onan? We got Zimbabwe broadband going.
What's going on, brother Jason?
All right, what's on your mind?
Pretty good. Hold on one second.
Oh, Nan, you better not. You better not be shirtless. You better not be. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm
about to say you do not get to call me shirtless. You don't get to do that. All right, what's on your mind?
No, it's not me. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
Really?
My bad, Jason. Okay, can you hear me now?
I've been hearing you the whole damn time. Speak.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so just real quick, I'm very glad that Joy Reid has been dismissed by MSNBC, that she's been exposed for the tool that she is. And as Professor Black Truth always likes to say, once white supremacy is done with its tool, it breaks its tool. And her, along with Melissa Harris Perry, I'm glad that they're finally going the way of the VCR and they're just becoming irrelevant, because nobody wants to hear a bunch of crying about the opposition, about the other political party, and yet you're not delivering for the base or who you claim to represent. Because like I said before, with Dr. Noam Chomsky and what he said, that the biggest form of propaganda is when something pretends to be opposition what it's actually support. And I think that the Democrats are just controlled opposition. They actually support all the racist things that the Republicans talk about, or they claim the Republicans talk about.
Well, here's the thing, the reason why you have to do this, there's one thing I will give to Fox. Fox has always been built on folks debating things. There's always been built on that. The folks over there on the left, they haven't done that. And here's why that's a problem. That becomes a problem because you need to be ahead of the curve. You don't need to be somebody pulling up the damn rear. That the rest of the society has already made this big shift and you're way behind the society. You need to be in front of the society so that you can actually talk to the society, which means you have to be aware of things even if you don't like them. You got to be aware of it. You can't sit up here and say, well, you're just wrong and that doesn't exist. Joy's never done that. Tiffany's never done that. Melissa Harris Perry never did that. Them folks haven't had to do that. And now they're getting a crash course in reality. No wonder Melissa Harris Perry has gone back to the classroom. And the rest of these people are doing nothing because they don't know how to speak to a society because they didn't stay in front of it. They're not in front. If you realize how much work it takes to keep up with where people are going. Being here on the internet, you got to speak up. You got to stay in tune with trends. You got to see where trends are going and where trends are leading to. These people think they're going to tell you what the trend is or tell you what to believe. And that's not going to work. It stopped working 15, 20 years ago. Now they're all waking up and realizing they don't even know how to speak to anybody.
All right. Yeah, because they don't have a real connection with the grassroots, as you had brought up before. These people like Roland Martin and Don Lemon and then Jonathan Capehart and Joy Reid, they don't have any real connection with certainly not B1 FBA. They were just put out there as crash dummies and, talking heads that were willing to push whatever talking points that their paymasters put in front of them, and now that they've been exposed for the puppets that they are, that they don't have any thoughts outside of what mainstream media is telling them and their paymasters in specific.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's what I meant by I said they have that New York bubble and that Los Angeles bubble, only now it's being expanded to a DC bubble. You've been living in a bubble. Here's the problem. The real damn world ain't a bubble. The real world is not a cocktail party. The real world is not an NAACP luncheon. The real world is not a National Association of Broadcasters get together. That's not the real world. So if you're in a bubble and trying to talk to the people outside the bubble, just understand you're in the matrix so badly. When you do have to actually speak to us, you realize you don't even know the language. So you're not going to get any traction. That's why I told folks, I predict Joy Reid is going to attempt to cross over here to us because she doesn't have any other options. And if she attempts to do that, it will be an epic failure.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Just one more thing. Do you think that Simone Sanders is going to replace Joy Reid, or if they're going to try to get somebody else in that slot? Or is it, you think they're going to toss it to, I don't know, maybe an Alexander Morgan or a Rachel Maddow type?
No, I mean, look, this is the whitewashing of the network over there. They've done it basically over the course of the last decade, then they moved everybody else out. I think Reverend Al might be still sticking them up. So in his case there, whatever, he must have pictures of them, blackmail photos of them. But other than that, no, they gave lip service to it. Look, these networks, CNN and MSNBC, they are set up as media arms of the Democrat Party. And their job is to engineer, influence, and deliver the black vote. That's their entire purpose for existing. If they cannot or are incapable of doing that, then they have no reason to exist. That's their whole purpose for being. And that's their mission statement, and it's not going to change. In the instance that they fail to be able to do that, they don't serve another purpose. So the black females who were hired, that was their only job, and there ain't no switching you over. If you can't, it's like Fox News. If you can't be a right-wing white supremacist, you can't be here. You can't be here. That's it.
They're not pushing their line,
So
absolutely.
In their case, you say, are they going to switch them out? Simone Sanders already had a show. That's it. They're not looking for the next Joy Reid. They didn't want the last one. They're not looking for one. Please remember, they got rid of Melissa Harris Perry and then Tiffany Cross. Who did they replace them with? Nobody. They didn't bring anybody in to replace them. They just brought some white folk in. Now they're bringing in Latinos. No, brother, that's it. They went for the okie doke, the idea that you were being a black female made you separate from black society, that you were your own separate group. We talked about this here in the New Black Media now for over a decade, that they convinced them that being a black, I am black and female. I'm black female. I'm not black. I'm black female. You have to understand, as a black female, I'm black female. So they went out and found some whacked out females who didn't really get the real sexual energy attention they wish they had gotten. So they decided, okay, I'll get even with the rest of you. I ain't black. I'm black female. I'm going to sit up here. I got a grudge to carry. I got a chip on my shoulder because I've never gotten the sexual energy I felt I should and attention I felt I should have gotten. So I'll teach you a lesson. And those are the ones they hire, like Oprah Winfrey. Females who never really got the kind of, they watched other females get that. And now they're angry and got a grudge. And they played you like a damn fiddle. When they throw your ass on the side of the road for pickup, that's it. So, and by the way, let me go ahead and reference that because you may be old enough to remember. Y'all, the one nigga at a time rule is very much in effect. Candace Owens is the one nigga. That's it. And there's not going to be another one over there on the white ass kissing side. That's it. They got that slot has been filled. They are not here to build a great big ass bus full of owned Negroes. Because the problem is, if we get too many of you together, first of all, you'll have power. But if there's too many of you, you could overwhelm us. So yeah, we'll choose one. They got their one over there. Remember when Oprah came up, y'all, you remember there were a whole bunch of black females that they were giving shows to, remember? What? Oh, y'all forgot about that? Oh, no.
What is that chick from the Cosby Show, Tempest? I think Tempest.
No, brother, you late. That's way late. No. I'm talking about, remember Rolanda Watts? Remember Arthel Neville? I'm talking about going back that far, y'all. Y'all are way late. If you say Tempest Bledsoe, you're way late. You got to go back. If you don't remember Rolanda Watts, then you don't go back far enough. So after Oprah Winfrey caught on, there was about 7 or 8 black females they tried to kick off after that. For those of us who are old enough, that you're showing your age. So for those of you who came later, you remember Tempest Bledsoe. When I say Rolanda Watts, because she was on Inside Edition. Bill O'Reilly went to Fox after Inside Edition. Rolanda Watts had her own show, but she was just one among several. There were a bunch of them. Yeah, Marsha Warfield, but remember them, Mother Love. We can go down the list. There was a train of black females. I'm just naming the two that I like the best, Arthel Neville and Rolanda Watts, because Arthel was the business. I can't lie, Arthel was the business. But like I say, that they had a number of females they were trying to boost at that time. A number of them. And yet only one was able to actually float and survive. Just one. They don't want more. When they have chosen their Negro, that's it. The rest of you got to fall back. And that's what you end up with. So what, brother, I'm telling you at the network, they're not replacing anything. They're going to whittle it down to 1 or 2 C-lists. They don't want you having a flagship program. You will just be employed at the network so that they can tell you that we believe in diversity. Yeah, they believe in diversity, just not empowerment.
Right.
They believe in diversity, just not empowerment. And you will simply be there and have a job, and that's it.
Just being some willing tool is terrible. But, I'll land my plane there. Brother Jason, it's so good to hear from you. Be one as always. Take care.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Yeah, y'all, for those of you who are not quite old enough to remember that, Oprah wasn't the only one. They had a string of them that they ran through there. They had a string they floated through there before you get to the 90s. There's a bunch of y'all who were naming a bunch of names from the 90s. Now, I'm talking about from the 80s. I'm talking about from the 80s. So if you ain't half a century old, you probably don't remember any of these. But by the way, yeah, they had a bunch of them. I'm talking about black females, not the black males. Black females. They had a whole line of them that they ran through. And nobody else really caught on except Oprah. She was the only one who actually caught on. It's like, yeah, we're not going to have y'all sit up here and flood our numbers. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some who had a run. Queen Latifah had a run. Rolanda had a little run. Marsha Warfield kind of had a run. Somebody in the chat room said Cleo, but Mother Love, she had a run. They had a number of them who had a little run. But nobody who got to be on the level of Oprah. Nobody. No one. No one. Yeah, Robin Givens, Patrice Berry, there's a bunch of females who they had to run for a minute. They had to run, but nobody who was allowed to be the heir to Oprah Winfrey or to be on her level, that wasn't going to be. They're not going to have that. You're not going to get that kind of boost. You're not going to get that. So one nigga at a time is still very much in effect. It is still very much the law of the land. Do not deceive yourself into thinking that you're going to wiggle room your way in. Don't think it's going to happen. Now I'm going to say something else here. And Alex, I'm only going to say this once. I ain't trying to start a beef. Don't at me. Don't tweet me, Alex. Don't do it. Don't do it. But Alex, I'm going to check my pockets and see if I got a few dollars. I'm going to see if we got a few dollars here because, ma'am, what are you going to do? There might be a zaddy out there who will float you for the rest of your years. It might be. But if you're talking about media, yeah, that's a wrap. Y'all folks out there floating on cable television and don't know what you're doing. You're not mobbed up with anybody. You're not connected with anyone. You don't have any legitimacy. You don't have any street credibility. Y'all, being light-skinned and cute only has so much mileage till they bring in the next light-skinned cute one. I wish you all would get over that little hump. So, some of y'all out there and whatnot, Angela Reid, some of y'all need some money. Some of y'all need some credibility. You're talking to people who can't help you. Who in the hell thinks they're going to have a viable internet program with damn me, Andrew Gillum, as your damn co-host? What? What I'm telling you is that you're out of freaking touch when Andrew Gillum is your co-host. You went to the internet with Andrew Gillum. All the black men out here that Angela Reid could have chosen, and she chooses damn me Andrew Gillum. Do you know who she should have chosen? No, not me. She could have chosen Umar Johnson. Now that would have actually made some sense. But she doesn't want somebody who knows the soil and can actually talk to it. She wants to they want to have beta Negroes who agree with them so she can have her black feminist energy. Okay, ain't nobody checking for that. That was ridiculous. Andrew doesn't have any following on the internet. He doesn't have any following in the soil. Hell, he don't have no following among the women. Damn. You can't bring Andrew Gillum on. See, here's the problem. Joy Reid and them, y'all got to understand how it goes over there. These Negroes who've been hanging out on Epstein Island, they tell themselves that the sissified mama's boys and metrosexual LGBT dudes they hang out. Angela Reid actually believes that black women are still okay with Andrew Gillum after that incident. What? No, folks, I'm serious. You see, in their world, in the little degenerate world that they all hang out in, that wasn't no big thing. I need you all to understand that in their world on Epstein Island, what Andrew Gillum did, that wasn't no big thing. Why, men can be women and women can be men and black men can get bronco busted and ain't no issue. She's looking at us like, what's the problem? And she means it. Here's the crazy part about Angela Reid and the rest of them. She means it. Well, what do you mean? What's the problem? What's the issue? Like an episode of True Blood. So in her world, and that's why they chose her, in her world, that don't mean nothing. There's no reason that Andrew shouldn't have the same appeal today that he would have had then. No reason he can't have that. That tells you how stupid and out of touch they are. They actually thought that wasn't no big deal. When you've got far better and far less compromised options out here, but Andrew will do whatever they say. Okay, I go along with it. So in other words, out of the three of them, Tiffany Cross, Angela Rye, Andrew Gillum, there's nobody in that room that has any connection to the soil. Nobody in that room who can speak to the people. Nobody in that room who knows where the pulse of the people really is. Nobody. And it's the same damn thing on the weekend on MSNBC. Take a look at that screen. Michael Steele does not speak for black men. Simone Sanders does not speak for black women, or black men for that matter. Damn! They don't speak for the people. They don't know what we're concerned about. Actually, let me correct that. They do know what we're concerned about, and they are against it, which is why they need to have a corporate job to protect them from actually having to promote the will of the people. So they go find some white paymaster to snuggle up under so that they think that they can protect themselves from the will of the people. And if they ever have that shield of protection lifted off of them and they actually have to come and interact among the people, they crash and they burn. So I'll go ahead and extend an offer here. Alex Wagner, Angela Rye, if y'all would ever like to get your damn paperwork amended, I can't say we can get your paperwork cleaned up. I'm not gonna sit up here and mislead you. Not gonna say you can get your paperwork cleaned up. But if you want to get your paperwork amended and stop making a straight ass of yourselves and want to actually have an opportunity or a chance to make it at this thing without having the corporations tell you what to do, because let me tell you right now, Megyn Kelly is over there kicking ass and taking names. I got to call it for what it is. Megyn Kelly is doing the business. She really is. She hit a home run with her little white supremacist ass. But I got to say, for a woman who switched from being on Fox, getting fired on NBC, and she just says, screw it, I'm setting up my own platform, I'm going all in. Megyn Kelly is doing the damn thing. I can't take that away from her. I don't know how long her run gonna last. I do know that she's built the whole damn infrastructure her damn self. She put together her own production herself, and she's making it do what it do. She's making it do what it do. I can't hate on that. She did it the right way. The rest of you better start taking some notes, because you're gonna have to do the same thing. But you don't have whiteness to help you.
And deal with it.
There's the problem for you. You don't have whiteness to call on. You don't have a white society to call on. And here's the crazy part for Joy Reid that she ain't really gonna like. Do you know what the real problem is with trying to call on the wackos and whack jobs and all of the crazy ass children from the island of misfit toys who call them that weak beta male garbage you all keep trying to appeal to, and all the awkward misfit kids? Baby, they don't watch y'all's programs. What? They don't do that. There's a reason why you can't do a program geared to please quote unquote activists. Activists are agitators who go around trying to get attention. Yeah, but they don't watch. They don't watch, they don't pay, they don't buy. They don't do anything except go around and try to get access for themselves to promote their positions for themselves. But they don't do nothing. So when you get some obese, pie-faced LGBT chick with piercings all in her damn face, or some whacked out therapist telling you don't spend time with your damn family if they don't vote the way you want them to, the problem is those people don't watch your show. Those people don't tune in. Those people don't buy merch. Those people don't promote what you're doing. They want to be somebody that you call on and you do something for them, but they don't do anything for you. They have no allegiance to you. They're interested in you just as long as you're going to have them on your show. And then after that, peace out. This is how dumb and stupid y'all have been doing. You're making alliances with people who are A, not on your side, and B, not going to do anything for you. That's why that's stupid and dumb. It doesn't work. You're gathering around you weak people who have no pull, have no influence, have no allegiance, so you can't build an audience out of them because they're just like you, a bunch of avaricious, look it up, a bunch of greedy, self-serving mercenaries, and gold diggers looking to grab and smash and grab whatever they can get. But they're not looking to form any sort of meaningful alliance with you. And worst of all, they're incompetent. What? Worst of all, the people that you've aligned yourself with are thoroughly incompetent. Let me tell y'all something. Tiffany Cross, dumbest thing your ass ever did was when you lost your gig on MSNBC, baby, you should have made a beeline for Tariq Nasheed. Damn. That was an easy move. She didn't go for Tariq. She went for Andrew Gillum. Think about that for a few moments when she thought to herself, who is the black male that I should align myself for the internet? She didn't go for Tariq or somebody like that. She didn't go for Tariq. She didn't go for Umar. Don't bring up my name. She went for Andrew Gillum. Tiffany Cross had a name on the internet because of the back and forth. Well, I can't really say back and forth, but going at Tariq, she should have followed up with that. She didn't do it. And the reason is because she can't really hold her own in the debate. She can't defend her ideas. You're emotional, you're temperamental, but you're not intellectual. You can't really defend your ideas. So she was afraid that she was just going to get smacked up if she had to go back and forth with ideas. She wasn't ready. Some of y'all need to take some time out to get a unified ideology so you stop making asses of yourselves when it's time to disseminate on your ideas. But that would have been the smart money right there. That right there would have been the smart money. And she wasn't smart enough to do that. Jamila Lemieux, and y'all know I'm not a fan of Jamila Lemieux, but you know what? Hey, Jamila, you were kissing ass to the Breakfast Club and iHeartRadio for a position that you were never going to get. That's the killing part about it. I did that program. She was sitting up there straight kissing ass and begging for a position that she was never going to get. When they finally did get somebody, they got Jess Hilarious. They bring on Tesla and Figaro. They ain't talking to you. So you did all that for nothing. Furthermore, it was nothing that they wanted to hear. Now, in the internet world, people would have been far more interested in hearing a back and forth between Jason and Jamila. Damn! Now, let's just keep it real. That's what the internet does. The internet is not a place where people go to hear folks agreeing with each other. It's a place where they go to hear people vet ideas. So you would have done better with that. Jamila and Jason, something like that. That's what would have helped you. They don't want to hear your weird, wacky ideas with y'all agreeing with each other and nobody challenging it. So when you all left the corporate world, crash and burn. Because you don't know what the people actually want and you don't know what the people actually respond to. Because you're looking for a corporate bubble that will give you a platform to spew your sewage, as opposed to having a platform where you have to defend your ideas. Please remember that phrase, people. These folks want to be able to just spew out their garbage. They don't want to have to defend their ideas. They just want to shill their ideas. On the internet, it don't work that way. Your ideas get challenged. And you have to be ready, willing, capable, and able to defend what you're saying. People are going to tear it down. And here's the thing. Those of us who do it at the highest levels, and do it the best and don't have folk making monkeys out of us. We're the ones who take calls. We're the ones who talk to people. Our ideas are constantly challenged and they survive the crucible of scrutiny because we're constantly being challenged and we're constantly showing that we can actually defend our ideas. That's a whole different thing than what the corporate structure does, shielding you from ideas. You see, for those of us who take open phone lines, open Twitter spaces, and just talk to anybody, you're constantly getting stronger and getting stronger muscles. Hopefully you don't make an ass of yourself and end yourself before you can even get started. But for those of us who are competent at it, we talk to random people. We don't know what they're going to say. They might hit us with something. You never know what's going to happen there. So you got to be ready, real world ready, like a boxing match. You got to be real world ready. You can't pretend to be ready over here. You have to actually be ready. And if you don't have whiteness to float you, it doesn't work. Ben Shapiro made his bones going out and debating college kids, even though that was all really just weak sauce, because now he doesn't talk to anybody because you realize now that, your ideas, you're not very good at this. You don't really have ideas. You can only talk to kids who can't formulate theirs. With the adults, he gets his ass broken open, which is why he doesn't want to talk to anybody anymore. So but he at least cut his teeth going back and forth. Matt Walsh, Steven Crowder, these are Candace Owens. These are people who cut their teeth going back and forth with people in the real world and learning that this is Mortal Kombat. The internet is Mortal Kombat. You're either ready, you ready to rock, you are ready to fight, and you can stand on your own, or you get decapitated. And folks are going to play it over and over and over and over again. You will not be able to get away from that. So you got to be real world ready, or you're going to get real world killed. Simple as that. And furthermore, folks, that's the way it should be.
And deal with it, nigga.
Oh yeah, and one more thing. That's the way it should be. You should not be able to just simply sit up here and say garbage and nobody challenges it. Nobody has the ability to question it. You're saying obvious fallacies and no one can say, hey man, that's stupid and wrong. Man's been to the moon. The earth isn't flat. LGBT, what is this? That's how you get better, is when you have to meet reality. When you get shielded from it, all you're really doing is setting yourself up for the day that the first time you truly get challenged, you will be annihilated. You will need that shield for the rest of your life. We didn't have none of that over here. Y'all know me since day one. I am proud. I have always maintained this, that if you ever want to talk to Jason Black, you got a way to contact me live on the air. Ain't no middlemen. I've never had a call screener. You can get at me immediately. You can't do this year after year, decade after decade, and your ideology ain't solid. You can't do it like that. And by the way, I'm one of the very, 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 very few. There's literally like 3 folk I can name off the top of my head who do what I do in any capacity. Roland Martin don't do it no more. He started getting his ass broken open after Hillary Clinton lost the election. Roland Martin said, turn off the damn phone lines. But for those of us who have stayed in the dojo and have stayed in the boot camp and have stayed the special forces, we're ready for anything. Angela has never had to do that. When you take your ass out there, Angela, and you talk about Russian bots, nigga, please. Angela, you ain't ready. You're not ready for the real world. You talking about Russian bots. Baby, you ain't ready. Joy Reid talking about Russian bots. You talking that kind of garbage? You ain't ready. You talking about, damn me, the X-Files. And you still had a job at MSNBC, and you still had a job on the Breakfast Club talking about the damn me X-Files as if that was real. You're not ready. Now the Russian bots thing, everybody's debunked that, and you're not ready for the real damn world. So you're not going to be able to make it over here. That's a pipe dream. You're fantasizing. It's not going to work. However, the smart thing would have been for you to prepare for this, because your number was coming up no matter what. Your number was coming up no matter what. Joy Reid should have been calling and talking to us and interacting with us. The Democrats got their heads broken in half by Donald Trump and J.D. Vance with a loss that simply should never have occurred. Donald Trump was vanquished in 2020. That man should be sitting on a damn late night infomercial selling mattresses. What? He should go back to being the damn snake oil con artist salesman that he's always been. Easiest damn layup in the world, now be damned. The Democrats gave him 4 years to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. And somebody whose political career should have been ended then, he's back bigger and better and stronger than ever. But please understand, it's not because Donald Trump is so great. It's not because Donald Trump is so smart. It's not because he's so wonderful. He doesn't have to be the smartest, greatest politician ever. He just has to be smarter than you. That's the difference, folks. Donald Trump does not have to be the smartest, greatest politician ever, because he damn sure isn't. No, he's not. He just has to be smarter than you. He doesn't have to be smarter than Barack Obama. He doesn't have to be smarter than Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He just needs to be smarter than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And he was. That's all he's got to do. And when you take a look at the rest of the bench the Democrats got, Trump might be the first king we've had in a while, because, like, okay, none of y'all can hold it. You ain't gonna make it nowhere. And so Joy Reid and friends, instead of them getting in touch with reality and touching some grass, talking about the kind that grows out of the ground, not the kind that they roll up and smoke. Instead of them doing that, they've instead been completely separated from the real world. Now they need the ability to talk to them. They should have been doing this the whole damn time. Donald Trump, let me tell y'all how smart the Republicans are in that regard. Donald Trump didn't avoid the internet dudes who are on the fringe. I don't mean not fringe. I'm talking about fringe as far as the mainstream media is concerned. These are the guys who talk to the soil. These are the guys who talk to the unmotivated voters. These are agitated people, but they talk to the guys who can be galvanized. They're not the moderates and whatnot. No, these are the guys who talk to the folks who are not moderates. They can reach them. Joe Rogan talks to a constituency that politicians don't usually get. Trump went straight for them. You didn't go for the safe people talking to the people who are already going to vote for you. Trump went for folks who may not vote for him. Remember, he went and talked to the black journalists. He talked to people who may not vote for him. Well, I'll be damned. No wonder his numbers, he got more of a margin with black folk. He went to talk to people who wouldn't ordinarily talk to you. Even if you disagree with him, at least you got the opportunity to address him and disagree with him. Joy Reid and the friends putting their fingers in their ears. La, 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 I'm not listening. And you're falling out of touch. People would rather have somebody they don't like who listens than somebody they do like who never listens and don't want to hear anything you got to say. At least Trump will open up a microphone so you can argue with him. These other folks are like, yeah, we don't have to do that. Just listen for our next proclamation to be flicked out the window and you just roll with whatever it is. And it's not working. And now Joy Reid and Alex Wagner and all the rest of the cast-offs from cable news, Don Lemon and the rest of them, they gonna have to make that little settlement money last for the rest of their lives. You better put it in an annuity. You better put it in an interest-bearing account, because you're gonna have to make that run for the rest of your life. I don't think you can stay in the New York penthouse you've been in. I don't think you're gonna be able to do that. You're going to have to make some lifestyle changes. You're going to have to do that. But I do know you're going to have to make that last forever. You're going to have to make that last for the rest of your days. Because none of you can come over here. None of you are even smart enough to know what to do to pivot to come over here. You don't know who to have. You don't know who to enlist. You don't know who to hook up with. You don't know who to network with. You don't know what the rules of engagement are. You all take a look at somebody like Joe Budden. Joe Budden could pivot from rap to being probably the preeminent hip hop podcast that there is. And podcast is a bad word. It's an internet broadcast. And to be totally honest, I don't even think we should say internet anymore. What? By the way, let me update y'all's lexicons for you.
Join me, and I will complete your training.
I don't think we should say internet anymore. We should just say broadcast, because the internet is broadcasting now. For those of us who come from the days of over-the-air broadcasting or airwaves, okay, well, that's really become moot because they've wired up the whole country for internet. So, and you can get to these programs for free. So these are broadcasts. It's not podcasting, because who's got an iPod? And it's not, I mean, you can say internet, but the internet is broadcasting. So you're really redundant when you say internet. When we say internet, the only thing we're distinguishing it from is we're distinguishing it from over the air, but the internet is broadcasting. So if you're the biggest person on the internet, you're the biggest person. Damn! Mr. Beast is the biggest entertainment show on the planet. Well, it is. Could you imagine if corporate television had the ratings and the numbers that Mr. Beast gets? He's not the biggest on the internet. He's the biggest on the planet. Over the air, wires, internet, cable, you count it. He's the biggest. Joe Rogan is not the biggest on the internet. He's the biggest on the planet. Hip-hop broadcasters, between Joe Budden and academics going through some things right now, but between those two, I'll give the edge to Joe. Right now, I'll give the edge to him. He's the biggest on the planet. And if you don't take a look at how these folk do their things, it's totally different from how cable does it. People on the internet don't operate the way that cable does. The internet is a place of aggression. It is a place of abrasiveness. It is a place of adversity. It's a place of friction. Ideas are constantly challenged on a regular basis. You have to stay on the cutting edge of everything that's developing. You have to stay up to speed with current events. You can't be perpetually out of touch with the damn audience, and the corporation's gonna pay you and float you to subsidize your ignorance. You don't get to do that over here. You don't get to do that. So with all things remaining equal, they don't understand. And they never will. They don't know who to be with. They don't know where to go. What they're going to do is, these are emotionally weak individuals, emotionally fragile individuals. They are going to circle their wagons around each other. That's what they're going to do. They're going to circle their wagons around each other. They're going to go call up all their LGBT, feminist, metrosexual, whacked out, idiotic buddies they've been hanging with. Niggas who can't do nothing for you because they don't have an audience of their own. Do y'all realize how many names they floated out there right now? Yeah, folks, how many names have we heard floated out there? Andrew Gillum, Michael Eric Dyson. Every time we damn well turn around, weren't all these other people supposed to have shows? Weren't all these other people supposed to have been signed up for a show too? How'd that work out? These people don't learn. Wasn't Michael Eric Dyson supposed to have a show with other people? Imagine that. The hip hop people with PhDs and doctorates, not you, T. Orlando. You ain't got neither one. Sit your ass down for the folks who didn't listen to last night's program. Not you. How is it you got people with PhDs and doctorates and they have to have guest hosts with them? How the hell is it you got a PhD and you can't carry a program by your damn self? So you went to school and you got a PhD and you can't carry a program on your own? So some folks out here on the internet who just came up from watching videos, we can carry a program by ourselves, and you have wall-to-wall PhDs on cable can't carry nothing on their own. Now that tells you how valuable academic education is today. They can't carry a program on their own. They can lecture students. They cannot communicate to masses. Those are two different skill sets. The real world is not a classroom. The real world is not a lecture hall. So if you don't set them up to have a lecture, they can't make them pop off. Now they're over here on our side of the fence, or at least I highly suspect that some of them will end up over here. And if they don't get their acts together, spoiler alert, they won't. It's going to be a rough ass ride. And it's just like, yeah, it's just over for you. People don't talk about Don Lemon to talk about what Don Lemon talks about on his internet show. People talk about Don Lemon to mock him. Damn! When you see a tweet or people on Twitter talking about Don Lemon, it's never anything good. It's never anything positive. It's never anything about his thoughts or ideas. It's all to clown him and mock him. And that's it. There's your first clue that you're failing. When people only talk about you when they're mocking you, you're only trending when you're being mocked and made fun of. No one talks about your show. No one talks about your content. They only talk about you to mock you. Newsflash, dude, it's over. It's over. Donald Trump jumped on every podcast that he could. He talked to everybody that he could. These other folks need to be doing that triple time. They need to be hitting the damn streets, hitting the block, talking to folk, but they don't want to do that because they are afraid. And they're right to be afraid. They've been shielded for so long. They don't know how to talk to the people. And if they ever do have to actually do it, it's going to go bad. Folks are going to bring up stuff they said. They're going to bring up things they did, and they will be completely incapable and unable to defend it. It will be gruesome. It'll be awful. They don't have a way around it. Okay, James, turn the light on for me, sir. I'll give you half a minute to do that there, James. You're looking around crazy. Wake yourself up. Turn the light on for me, sir. Okay, I'm not really sure what James is doing there, but James, I'll give you one last try here, sir. Turn the light on for me, sir. Okay. James is doing mushrooms right now, so he is unable to participate in a lucid manner. We'll see how that goes. Folks, the landscape is changing. The landscape is changing. And here's the crazy thing, y'all. We're not going to be talking after all these years of attacking us, after all these years of attacking the folk on the internet, we still hear and Joy Reid's about to disappear altogether because we will not be talking about the Joy Reid show in a year from now. Hell, we won't be talking about it in a week from now. What? Isn't that amazing? Joy, you did all that work. You did all that ass kissing. You made a clown of yourself. You made enemies around the world. The folk that you now need, you've made enemies and adversaries around the world. And what did it get you? What did it add up to? Great big ass bag of nothing. I would say that the next one that they recruit to do that, they should pay attention, but they never do. They never do. Hell, there's a bunch of folks out there. Hell, if MSNBC will pay me $1 million, even if it's just for 1 year, I'll be good. Okay, so that's going to be the most you're going to see from them. That's the way it's going to break down. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight. I want to thank everyone who's contributed to tonight's program on PayPal, Super Chat, Venmo. Thank you very much for your support here. Rhonda, thank you very much, man. We appreciate that. Keenan, James Richardson, Logic Before Emotion, Muffy, Bobby Williams, Jughead, Willis, everybody who's contributing to tonight's program. We appreciate you here. If you are new, Bloomington Black Economy, thank you very much as well. Looks like the end is getting closer for the shills. For this particular crop of them. If you are new here to the Black Channel, welcome to the new Black media. Welcome to the haven of intelligent Black thought. Welcome to the only voice of Black America. Click that red subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Join us each and every time that we're here. If you haven't been to our website, blackchannelfilms.com, check out our groundbreaking best-selling documentary work, blackchannelfilms.com. That is blackchannelfilms.com. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to tonight's program, live or recorded. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, Black is the future, and the future ain't getting canceled.